Here we have an Atari 2600 WIDI 6 switcher. It is a UK PAL. When it originally arrived, again this was one that I bought faulty, it was actually built almost like an NTSC. Basically this switchboard was an NTSC switchboard, but it had a PAL RF modulator on it. Now Ataris were made to be universal, and only a few component change would make it a PAL or an NTSC. One of them was the main board. Actually, the main board was slightly different, but the switchboard was pretty much the same. It had a switch there for AB switching, and it had RF modulator and things like that for an NTSC. But this one was pretty much an NTSC that had a PAL modulator on it. Now, with this one's quite cool. It's quite special that I've done AV mods. We've seen all my AV mods. Well, this one has got my own built-in pause mod. Built it myself and everything. There's the pause mod. Well, okay, this isn't just a pause mod. This is also an AV mod. Let's get the light up. Sorry, my wire's not too long, but that's it there. So I built that myself. It's fixed in place, it's glued in place, so it's not going anywhere. And the other thing I did as well was, there's a hole right there for this switch for American switches, for the AV switching. So that's where I put my switch. Now if I just turn it over, there's my switch. That's my pause switch. Now with respect to the pause switch being there, it's not a problem because it's raised slightly. You can easily get your hand under there, flick the switch, not a problem, flick the switch there. So let's see pause mod in action. Let's go to the TV, switch it on. One thing you need to remember with the pause mod is you always have to have the pause mod switched off before you start the console. Now we're going to go into pause in a second. Let's find a good moment to pause. There we go, we've just paused it. You remember Miss Pac-Man was right there? So let's have a look where she is now. She is right there. Okay, Ms. Pac-Man was just there and she just crossed over the red. Apparently that's a known trick. A ghost sprite and Ms. Pac-Man sprite cannot occupy the same space. A bit like that film, what's it, with Arnold Schwarzenegger? The Sixth Day, or was it? Or The Sixth Sense? You know? Two people can't occupy the same matter or something, but yeah, it reminds me of that. But because of that reason, you can pass through a ghost, you know, so that's just what happens there apparently. You know, I mean, you even see it in the Atari version. It's crazy, isn't it? But let's see if Miss Pac-Man's there. So I've been talking a little longer now, so we've paused for a much longer period of time now, so let's see. And there you go, see, she's just passed over. Alright, now she was just there. She's just eaten one of those specials. Let's see if Miss Pac-Man is still there. She is indeed. So that's my pause mod. Works perfectly, and it's also a built-in AV mod. So just to go over it again for you, that's the pause mod. And it goes out. And it also doubles up as an AV board as well, so you got your AV board all in one little circuit. The other thing I did do as well was I drilled a hole in the RF shielding right there, and all my wiring is coming through there. And I thought it'd be easier to do it that way. So I've got all my wiring coming through there. I did chamfer it, so no sharp edges on there, so none of the wiring can get cut. So that's that there. It works perfectly fine. Pause mod. Now just to show you, if I was to switch that off, so now it's off, and if I was to switch it on to pause and switch it on, you don't get anything at all. But look at that. Switch the pause mod off. Basically what I just did, I switched it on in pause mode. You know, I mean, I don't know anyone who would need to or want to switch it on in pause mode. But yeah, that's what I just did there. So there we go. Pause mod works perfectly, and it's my own board. I built it myself. Very tedious. If we try and get a bit of a close up on this somehow, you can see there's a lot of wiring going on there. A lot of wiring going on in there. There's quite a bit going on there. There's a lot of bits hidden behind this wiring there as well, just in that corner. But there's a lot going on, and because of that reason, it was a little bit tedious to solder. But the great thing about it is it's all been done on a strip board, Vero board, whatever you want to call it, not a dedicated PCB, and that saves. It saves messing around. You know what I mean? I did try to look at the boards that Longhorn Engineer did, but apparently the printing company that I use doesn't accept the files that he's made them in. They're not Gerber. But then again, you know, I mean, I've noticed some of his board designs are a bit flawed. I'm waiting on some boards to arrive that were designed by Longhorn Engineer, but I'm a bit worried about them now, because the proof images against what they're supposed to be are completely wrong. Now, I'm hoping that it's just a flaw in the image and the proof image, and when they arrive they're correct. But if they're not, I'm in big trouble. That's a waste of a load of boards there, and a waste of money really. But there we go. That is the Pause AV board that I've done. Before I end it there, though, I'm going to grab an Atari 2600 Junior. The reason why is because it can be done on these too. These also come with an AB selector. Now, the great thing about them, doesn't matter if you're PAL, it doesn't matter if you're an NTSC. PAL don't come with an AB selector, NTSC do. But either way, when you do an AV mod, you need to remove that AB selector switch. You can leave it on there, it doesn't harm it leaving it on there, but NTSC or PAL, it needs to be removed. So when you do a pause mod on a Junior, what you do is you put it in your AB selector hole, right there. Get it in the light, there we go, there's the hole there. You just pop it in the hole there, and that's where your switch can go. Nice and easy. I know, I've noticed some people, they've got some really weird ideas of where to put things. Like, you know what I mean, I've known some people to put the switch right there. Why? I don't get why. It can just easily go there. And same with the woodies. You know what I mean, if we could just grab this woody quickly here, this is the top for it. I've noticed some people put the switch right there or right there. Why? I don't get it. You know what I mean? You don't need to. You know what I mean? It's all there for you. You know what I mean? Atari have made our life easy. Put the switch there. Yeah, perfect spot for it. Can't go wrong. So there we have it. Atari 2600 6 switcher woody with an AV and a pause mod. A pause mod that works this time. In fact, I'll tell you what my old pause mod was. If you've watched my previous video, you'll know that the pause mod didn't work. It was pin 10, so 8, 9, 10. Pin 10, that jumper that comes across there, goes across there, and goes across there. I forgot to put it in. Not only did I forget to put it in, I forgot to even put it into my schematic. You know what I mean? I must have just missed it. I don't know how I managed to miss it, but that is all it was. This is a brand new board. I didn't fix the old board. I actually chucked the old board away. I'm weird like that. I like to start again, so I did start again with this one. Scheduled that one in, put it in, and then done it, and I remade the board. But that was it. That was just one trace. Like I said, missed trace. That's all it was. First, and that's, I have to be honest, it's the first time I've ever done that. Every time I've designed a strip board, I've always been able to do it perfectly. This is the first time I've made a mistake on a strip board. Well, there you have it. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Another great Atari console mod, and hopefully you'll think that it was a great video too. Thanks for watching.